Wonderful. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our webinar, Realigning Your Organization's Marketing, Streamlining Your Marketing Tools and Technologies with Smartsheet. My name is Alyssa Champion. I am Marketing Manager here at Project Plan Services, and I am joined by my wonderful colleague, Robert Kenny, our Learning and Development Manager. Hi there, Rob.
Hi.
We both have to say that we've just had the heavens open where we both are. So if you do have any wonderful weathered background noise, that is it. Hopefully it's a calming sound. So yeah.
We've had all four seasons here, hail, snow, and a lot.
So yeah, maybe it's just some nice ambient kind of background. But anyway, so today we're going to be looking at the marketing bloat and the threat that this poses to ROI and damaging the efficiency and effectiveness of individual marketing functions. Let me just move my slide over there. So we're going to cover off a whole different array of topics and kind of all really centered around Smartsheet and its functionalities to support marketing activity and campaign management. So before we get into that, let's kind of have a little bit of an overview and introduce PPS.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, Alyssa. So we were formed in 2008 as a sort of like consultancy business, and then became partnered with Microsoft in 2009. So our main product is Smartsheet. We became a partner in 2013, but then the great thing for us, achieved a major milestone, is that we became a platinum partner in 2019. So we really know our stuff about Smartsheet. We've also working and can resell the global government G-Cloud framework, and we deal with all managed array, I can't even speak, it's because of all this rain in the background, an array of Smartsheet licensing. We also have a look at consultancy to be able to pull together templates, etc., for your business, and training as well, which I would be involved in. We can also look at systems integrations, so that would be sort of like I know we're going to mention a little bit about this later, like Salesforce, Teams, etc. And also provide technical support as well. So we're pretty well-rounded for the stuff that we know. So yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Lovely introduction. Kind of into us, the organisation, and kind of who we are and what we represent, really. So great. So I think it's really important to understand and discuss the wider picture here. And before we do, I'd love to run a quick poll. So I'm just going to launch that up onto your screens now, so you should see that. So how many different tools, platforms, technologies do you or your marketing department use? So that could be on a regular basis, on a day-to-day, or kind of just over in kind of general. So from start to finish, that type of thing. Just be really great to hear. So thank you to those who have voted so far. Just going to leave that open. Fabulous. Oh, couple more moments there just for those who haven't yet voted. And don't worry if you don't know, that is perfectly fine. That is why we're here. So great, I'm going to end that poll now. And it's really great to see. I think I can share those results. Hopefully you can see those now. That is actually very surprising, but also great to see that 44% of those who have voted are using 2 to 5 different tools, platforms, technologies. A few not quite sure. I mean, that's great, probably because I suppose, where do you draw the line? What tools and technologies we're talking about here, but then also a hefty 33% with 5 to 9 as well. So I suppose to give you the background as to the reason behind that poll really is because on average, due to a recent study, a recent report by the Winterberry Group on marketing data and technology found that the average marketer is actually using more than 12 different tools to do their job, and some more than 30. So it's really great to see the people that we've got here have already streamlined their approach and already kind of using more targeted, perhaps more specific and bespoke tools and technologies for them and their organization. So I suppose just to cover that off for those who may not have known or they weren't quite sure, that really covers the whole spectrum from social media profiles, email marketing software, CRM, analytics accounts, marketing automation platforms, website credentials, blogs, CMS, logins, forums, all sorts of things. And that doesn't really even get down to the detail of the tools used internally, such as time tracking, file management, and project management tools. So perhaps if I ran that poll again, based on our awareness of kind of that huge spectrum of different tools and technologies, maybe the answers would be a little bit different, but still great to see that, that we are definitely in that kind of minority there. So yeah, it's incredible that technology available for marketing to be better targeted and therefore resulting in increased ROI and customer engagement. You know, our access to these different platforms and how specific they are is really great. But the kind of report and this data really showed and highlighted that marketers believe integration is now the next key step to using this data to support their marketing. So, you know, being able to access the different results, different analysis on their customers, on their campaigns, but bringing them all together. So they have that reporting, that data through their reporting, but they now need the tools to allow them to see that complete and cohesive view of a customer. They need to be able to track their campaigns against different channel initiatives. And again, just kind of creating the bridge between them all, really. And so it's this unique mix of the kind of MarTech channels and solutions, you know, that whole huge array, that we're often over relying on unique talent in staff to understand each individual tool, how they work together for your organization specifically, who does what, you know, lots of different challenges there. And I think it's really a common problem that we create this really unique skill set that we're looking for. And then when it comes to recruiting new or additional resource, that's quite a struggle for us. So it's then being able to find the right balance. And so I suppose that is where Smartsheet comes in, really. And that is kind of the goal here, is to kind of establish that solution to this all too familiar problem. So kind of jumping right in straight away, with all these key challenges in mind, let's look at Smartsheet and its kind of various functionalities as a solution for marketers across whole different functions. So whether you are kind of marketing manager, project manager, or you've got a more kind of dedicated bespoke role in your organization, whether that's email or SEO, PPS, all that type of thing. Sorry, PPC, I've got PPS mind. So, perhaps you're here today because you're interested in adopting Smartsheet into your organization, you're already using Smartsheet and you're looking for additional guidance, or maybe you're looking to extend Smartsheet into your marketing department in an organization that is already being used. And so Smartsheet's ability for you to organize, plan and manage all elements of marketing activities and campaigns, from planning campaign timings and go live dates, you know, finalizing copy, visuals, allocating staff and team members. You know, we're all aware of how many different tiny little elements come into managing a campaign, both before go live and during, and then all of the analysis and everything like that afterwards. And so it's really, again, key to create that streamlining approach. And to kind of just absolutely nail, so you're not wasting time and resource on kind of drawing the dots between all of these different tools and technologies. So to kind of cover off a few niche things, Rob's going to take us through a demo in a moment, but just to kind of cover off, again, those issues resolved with Smartsheet, such as a dedicated proofing tool, which is an absolute hidden gem that allows you and your team to be able to kind of proof, copy and mark up visuals, video, whole different array of types of assets within Smartsheet. So that prevents versions and proofs getting lost in chains of emails, you know, maybe amends are accidentally missed off or lost because of different, you know, Microsoft Word or other, you know, document providers are available for, you know, proofing. And I know I've definitely had that. I've worked with a team where maybe they've got a more updated version of Microsoft Word and then amends get missed and that type of thing. So being able to capture all of this from within one platform prevents that risk from happening. So as I said, Rob's going to give us a demo in a moment, so you can see them in action. But another thing to add here, just before we jump into it, is baselines. So Smartsheet recently added baselines as a feature, which basically allows, you know, this is available for all different project work, but talking about it from a marketing perspective, for you to be able to monitor your campaigns and the performance data in real time, meaning you can make more informed decisions, both for the remaining duration of that campaign and also to optimize future projects. So again, another really interesting functionality that, again, if you're already using Smartsheet, maybe you're familiar with these things in the project team or elsewhere in the business, but kind of really capitalizing on these functionalities for marketing. So Rob, I'm going to hand over to you and let us have a little tour. I believe I think you should be able to take over.
Yeah, no problem. Let me just share my screen. Oh, you need to let me share. It's not letting me share.
But stand by for a non-technical. Let me stop my share here and let me just edit my all panelists. There we go, Rob. You should be able to pick that up now.
Okay, pick up. Yeah, fab. Okay, great.
Lovely.
There we go. Okay.
Fabulous.
So I think it's worth mentioning that at the end of the day, when it comes to your marketing campaigns and using Smartsheet, you don't need to do this all from scratch, because Smartsheet has a template in there to be able to look at managing your campaigns. So to do that, you would click on your solution center, go into marketing. Funnily enough, I'd already got that highlighted, and you would click on whichever template set that you wanted. The one that I've gone into is the marketing campaign management suite. And the great thing with that, let's just move that, there we go, is in here. And this has all dashboards in there. So at the end of the day, I can show you one that's been set up. So just for fake campaign.
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Absolutely, absolutely. Not that there's much in here, by the way, but I just wanted to sort of like, you can see a bit of a snapshot of this as to what it looks like. You've got shortcuts then into your assigned tasks of what they need to be, your campaign portfolio and campaign calendar if needs be, your key contacts, your progress of what that's all about, and then obviously your details, which I haven't populated any information in that at the moment. But it's worth pointing out that within this, if you download this template set, all of these things are brought in for you, and what they can do. Sorry, just move those in there. Just go back. Oh. Do love a bit of modern technology when we go back. So what it will do once you've gone into that is that you've got your campaign setup instructions as well, and it talks you through how to basically have everything linked, how it will all work. It's having a mini me, really, in letter format to be able to go through and sort it all out. Okay.
No, I was just going to say, Rob, that it's really great that these instructions are here, because I know definitely when you really would love to work with a template set in, whatever platform. And often they can be quite daunting because you're presented with all of these things that look really great, but you're not quite sure how to use them or what information you need to populate for them to get it to work, or anything like that. So it's really great that.
And the great thing with that as well, so when you click on your marketing template, so let's look at this one, right? So the campaign management, you click on learn more, and it basically takes you through to to the template, obviously. And then it gives you how much experience you need in Smartsheet, the complexity level of it, and you would download the template set. But as you scroll down, tells you all high level, how it all works, which is absolutely amazing. What's included within that template. This is before you even download it, so you can have a look to make sure that all of that stuff is there. And then the setup and the customize as to how to actually do that, creating your workspaces. Everything is there for you. Even videos and GIFs are put in to show you where you go and how you can set this all up. It's a fantastic tool, absolutely fantastic tool. Love it. And it's not just for marketing, there's lots of other different templates there as well. So if you get the chance, have a look, because all of the template sets have all of this behind it. And I know that some of our existing clients have used this and have got some great results from it.
Yeah, again, it's just really great to be able to access that. You know, you're not starting completely from scratch. And again, that was also quite daunting. You know, you might have an idea as to what you want to be to capture in terms of the data or the results that you'd love to see, but kind of nailing what those metrics are and kind of really finalizing how you want that to look and how you want to present that, which we'll come on to in a moment. But yeah, I think is really useful. So yeah, that's great.
I think it really helps from a focus point of view as well. So it doesn't really matter about the size of your organization and how many marketing campaigns that you are looking at. This template will help you focus on that. So I sometimes think that when you use a new platform that you're thinking, oh, how am I going to report this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do the other? So absolutely, this then puts that into a focus. So yeah, which is great. Okay, awesome. So that's about the marketing templates. Also, I want to show you the wonderful proofing tool. So again, bear with me on this bit in here. Okay, so what I've done is I've created a really basic sheet here, and I've attached some proofs. I've attached a video, an image, and a document, and I'll show you all three. So what you can do, so for this one, for example, I'm going into the video. And the great thing about this, so when you hover over it, you're thinking, okay, what is it that I need to do? If you press on play for that, you're so lucky that you can't hear this, so that's all good. And what you can do is you can highlight certain fields. So I'll say on here, and you can put a comment in. And it will timestamp it for when it is on that video. So you can carry on playing all the way through it. And I think it's quite an ingenious tool when it comes to videos on this as well. Once you've had all the feedback from your proof and you've shared that to the individuals that need to have a look at that video, what you can do then is just switch the proofing off. So that stops anyone else putting any more comments on it. And then you can upload export the completed document if there is a new completed one there. Okay.
So just to add to this, so obviously all team members who have got access to that sheet or kind of that element of it will be able to kind of collaborate on, through this proofing.
Absolutely. And how you would do that obviously is in your main sheet, you would share these documents. So you would share this sheet to those people. You can even assign it to them and get them do a request for them to look at the proof. So that's absolutely fine. It's exactly the same functionality for an image as well. So I've got an image here, so I could say, right, I don't want that envelope there, so remove. Spelling goes out the window when everyone's watching me. Don't judge me, but remove envelope. It's because you're watching. Hang on, envelope label. And then what it will do for this is it will actually document and number those different types, which is great. Wow. So, and then the person that's looking at this, whoever that person may be, can follow it in order as to what what's actually happening. They can actually click on this and it will highlight it to them. It's a great little tool.
Yeah, great. Again, it comes back, it's difficult to miss kind of a markup or an amend this way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And then what you can do from here is you can actually download it as well. So you could, whoever's looking at doing a mock-up of the new one can download this version, do their changes, and then what they can do is upload then a new version. So create a new version of this, and then you can also see, which I think is really key, the version control for whatever it is that you are amending. And I do think that's really, really important.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And it's exactly the same with the document. So here's a wonderful document that I've created. Exactly the same. So just highlighting what text or formats, etc. need changing. So again, this number there as well. And remember as well with your Smartsheets, at the end of the day, you can put as many videos and images within the sheet, because the actual size limit is per row, not per sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that's it really from regard to that. So yes, do you want me to unshare?
I will take over.
Hope that's given you a bit of a snapshot really as to, from a marketing perspective, the tools that you've got there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just goes to show that despite how simple the kind of tools and the functionalities are here, they're incredibly powerful. And again, bringing everything together, you know, some of these technologies are so great, but also quite elongated or confusing to kind of get the end result. And, you know, that's what we're all about, just making things simpler. So I'm sure we can all get on board.
And I think for some of the major marketing campaigns that are going on at the moment, to have it all centralized in one place is absolutely key. Now, what we're saying is that some of your asset management libraries or the other things that you will use to help you create this material, we're not saying don't stop using that. It's about putting it all into one place.
Exactly.
In Smartsheet to help link all of those things together.
Yeah, for sure. And it's all about, you know, providing this perfect platform for collaboration and for planning. Absolutely. And I think it's so, you know, with all of these essential elements and the huge variety of functions within marketing, you know, depending on the size of your organization and all sorts of things, how many people you've got working on different projects all at the same time. Yeah. It's very easy for silos to occur. You know, if you're working in SEO and you're just kind of in the SEO brain all the time, how your role and what you're doing has that wider impact. And so being able to just kind of bring everyone onto the same page in Smartsheet provides kind of that single source for everyone to access, and again provides the bigger picture and how the different functions kind of integrate with one another. Yeah. And the same goes for allocating resource. So you kind of showed it there in the proofing tool, Rob, about how you can allocate team members. So if you've got all the team sharing on this particular sheet, or all the people who are involved in a certain project, and again, that could be across the organization. It's not just marketing specific, but being able to allocate different individuals to tasks and projects and things. And then if you do already use 10,000 feet for resource management, which is another recently acquired platform from Smartsheet, but it existed kind of in its own right, and so some may already use that as well. There is a native integration for the two to connect. So again, the resource and the resource management is very much an option and easily accessible within Smartsheet, but again, it's about connecting platforms that you might already use as well. And so just another thing which we didn't cover off in the demo, but this beautiful graphic, it shows it very well about how the data presentation is really easy to manipulate and to change in Sheets as well. So again, it's about connecting maybe marketing to other areas of the organization. You know, if you've got to quickly run into a presentation and you need to present a timeline or a Gantt chart or a calendar for, you know, the next project, or how the project or the campaign is currently running, you know, click of a button and you're over into a new view. So it's, again, simplifying everything, streamlining life, which is, again, always, we're always there for it.
I think what it is it's utilizing all of the Smartsheet items that you can create. So at the end of the day, if you've got your basic material, so your project plan or whatever, your sheet or grid you want to call it, so you can have all of your proofs attached to that. But then from that that data, you can then pull together a report from that to show the success of the campaign. Say, for example, if it is a web-based campaign, you can look at number of clicks, you know, conversion targets, blah, 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 all of that type of stuff. And then if it's a massive visual document that you want to show, you would then create a dashboard from that using charts and graphs and your workbooks, as it were, to be able to show that as a visual data. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. It's kind of just about, it's giving, whether that's your project marketing managers, is whoever you are, you know, whatever your function. And again, this is very much talking about utilizing Smartsheet for marketing, but obviously all of these functions exist in and the technologies of Smartsheet exist regardless of where you are in the organization. But it's just about optimizing that creative process, you know, making things more efficient. And again, extending that into the wider organization, and also kind of being able to connect data, which leads us on to, as if by magic, kind of the concept of the data completeness within Smartsheet as well. So, you know, we spoke about being able to monitor campaigns in real time with baselines, and being able to kind of have full sight of what's going on, and feeding data in from all of those different platforms that you're already using, to be able to see everything in one source. So, you know, with so many tools being used as part of that MarTech stack, you know, we've discussed it multiple times today, you know, Jira, Salesforce, Tableau, to name a few. All of these, it's not about, as you said, Rob, it's not about, okay, we're going to stop using that, or we're going to stop using that, but then you lose the functionality of your analytics or whatever. It's about integrating them all and creating that unifying layer. You know, and again, it's about building that bridge between these different platforms, which ultimately unifies our efforts. It shares our insight, and also increases and proves your ROI, which again is key for throughout the organization. And again, so just kind of presenting how versatile of a platform, I mentioned a few times, again, across the whole organization, that obviously if you're using one single source, kind of front, it's like the shop window, as it were, for your marketing campaigns. I love that analogy. Your projects. I love it. And then, you know, again, it's about being able to present that information, present that data without, you know, pulling a report from Google Analytics perhaps, and then going back into your email platform and being able to draw all these things together. So, you know, it provides that snapshot that, especially higher up, you know, roles higher up, they're a bit more time poor about being able to present them the information that they need when it matters, which again increases your ROI and reduces costs spent on multiple platforms. So yeah, all good. So moving on from that, Rob did mention very briefly about kind of your asset management. If some of you may already be aware that we recently launched our partnership with Brandfolder. So Brandfolder is another acquired subsidiary of Smartsheet. Brandfolder is a digital asset management platform. So that may be something that you're familiar with, but it's definitely creeping in. It's becoming kind of the hot topic to discuss DAM, and to kind of get into this issue that I know I've experienced for many, many years, that we just kind of ignore, or we're not too familiar with how we can resolve the issue of having our assets, our imagery, our logos all over the place, whether that is you're using shared drives, but you've got a logo folder that's got logos within logos and logo version 1. So, you know, a whole broad set. And basically brand folder is that single source for your assets, and it helps you manage your assets, your images, creative, logos, videos, whatever. It's that single source, that library effectively. So yeah, just a little teaser. We're going to be running a lot more information and kind of launching our partnership more formally in the coming weeks. So stay tuned to learn a little bit more about that. But we just wanted to again drop that in about how important that is. And also again, the fact that it communicates, brand folder communicates directly with Smartsheet means you're drawing that bridge, you're creating that kind of seamless connection across the board really. So yeah, that's kind of lots of information that we've covered off today. And so we would like to open the board to any questions that you have. There's a little Q&A box that you should see either at the top or the bottom of your screen. So if you do have any questions, whether that's for us now or, you know, you want to take this into a kind of more deeper conversation, if it's a little bit more bespoke, then by all means fire away. And we would love to kind of just tap into anything that you've got, any questions that you have. So I do have one. Rob, this is probably for you. So we mentioned it briefly, I know you mentioned earlier, about how well Smartsheet works with platforms like Salesforce.
Well, the great thing about you can have a Salesforce connector within Smartsheet, which is great to synchronize your data between Salesforce and the sheets that you have got within Smartsheet. So it means that you can collaborate on your Salesforce data in completely new ways. So it allows you to increase your productivity by making bulk changes, to set criteria and create like real-time alerts for it. You can also streamline your collaboration as well, which is great. So you can share across Salesforce and non-Salesforce users if you have that integration and that connection between Salesforce and Smartsheet, which for me has been absolutely fantastic. And all that data is updated in real time and can be shared across teams, which is fantastic. And also as well, you can automate workflows. So you can eliminate, sorry, not eliminate, that's a new word I've invented, redundant steps, and enable your teams to better manage your pipeline, or to track, I don't know, commission payouts, or plan certain territories, or whatever you want to do, with using an auto synchronization between both of those platforms. So it works very well, very well.
Yeah, I know, like from, you know, I am marketing manager here at PPS, so I do this myself, that we, for example, if we get an inquiry through the website, that automatically gets fed into Smartsheet via a form, and then that lead is populated on Salesforce. So that is no human involvement, you know, before we pick up that lead. So that's already there, which is great, and like any communication coming through the site as well. So you know, it again, seamless, which is always great.
And I get notified as well. So if we build, if a new training function within for one of our clients has been put into Salesforce, I get notified through Smartsheet about that, and that's fantastic, because it means that then all of the people that are involved are notified in real time, and that's just so key to the success of certain things that you know that you might be pulling together. So.
It's great. Alrighty, a couple more. So we've got where does the recent launch of Marketing Plus fit in? So yeah, so Marketing Plus was again a recent release by Smartsheet. It is a premium capability for enterprise licenses. So if that is you, then that will allow you to upload bigger file sizes. So Rob briefly mentioned about the file size limit. So yes, you are limited per row, not overall as a sheet. So it does allow for an increased file upload to those rows, be it video or kind of big photography images, that type of thing, as well as being able to kind of increase your proofing map across the sheet. But, you know, all of the features that we've discussed today are not bespoke to Marketing Plus. So, for example, Rob's demo didn't have any Marketing Plus features turned on, so it's still very much accessible to all. But also, you know, if your organization needs that increased file size limit, things like that, then definitely a possibility. And also, again, maybe the link in with brand folder, which we'll be able to help you with later down the line. But yeah, so kind of looping that back into that, and kind of again just allowing a little bit more accessibility from within one place, which is great. So yeah, so then the last one, again, if you've got any other questions, keep them coming through. Last one I've got here is how can Smartsheet help with email marketing? So yeah, I know I briefly mentioned email marketing platforms. So Rob demonstrated obviously all of the amazing templates that are available, and I know that there are definitely dedicated templates for email marketing. So again, providing you with the outline for dashboards to present your analysis and being able to pull through the stats and everything like that from emails. I know email platforms give you so many metrics, so many different numbers. It's quite hard to pinpoint exactly what you want to see and how you want to see them. So again, having that in a really visual snapshot is really useful. But also, you know, the building and prep of an email as well. So I do this myself. If you wanted to build out a request form, so if you've got a bigger organization, so departments can request their email campaigns and kind of share their ideas or their content with you, and then that can be kind of built out, and then you're using the proofing tools as Rob demoed, and being able to go through that proofing and that markup to create this finalized all the assets, they're all finalized so that you can then take those into your email platform. So I know that they kind of, again, prevents this back and forth really with, you know, going into two different things at the same time. You just work on everything within Smartsheet and then take it over to the email platform when it is ready. But yeah, I think that covers everything, all the questions that we've currently got through. But by all means, guys, if you have anything else, drop it through. We can pick it up via email as well. So if you wanted to drop us an email at solutions@projectplanservices.co.uk, or if you wanted to get in touch with either myself or Rob directly, then please do. More than open. Don't know if you can tell, we love a chat, so we'll be more than happy to have a little chat and just talk to you really. And, you know, any questions, anything like that, ideas, thoughts,
yeah,
whatever it is, let us know. But we really hope this has been helpful, and I definitely think, as someone in marketing and how much marketing plays that role in organizations, you know, whether you're a small little organization or you're a massive one, you know, it's the heart of your brand, your heart of the customer journey and their experience. So, you know, you don't want to be wasting time on using so many different things when you can just streamline it back. So whatever your solution is there, I think that's definitely my key takeaway from this. Rob, what are your thoughts? What are your key takeaways? I've sprung this upon you.
I think that the key takeaway for this is remember that you don't have to start from scratch. At the end of the day, the templates are there, and I think you've mentioned that before, and we are there as well to be able to help you implement and to use those templates as well. I think at the end of the day, keep it simple is the main takeaway for me. So try not to overcomplicate it. So having one platform where all of these other platforms feed into is a big win in my mind. Yeah,
definitely. I agree. Just makes your life a little bit easier where you can, and especially working online. And you know, we've all felt the pain of maybe connection issues and things like that. That works via platform as well. So, you know, strip it back and just keep it simple. It's the new tagline, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, Well, Rob, thank you so much for joining me, and everyone who has joined us as well. Thank you so much. The sun has come out now here, so I've gone from pouring down with rain to sorry, I've been distracted. Katie, not a question, but in all capitals, we love Rob. Shout out from Stanford with a heart. So thank you, Katie. There you go. Yeah. It's been wonderful. And as we say, drop us an email, get in touch. Any support that we can provide, whether that's in this or whether you saw a potential template or something like that that's in another area of the business or whatever, let us know. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, morning, perhaps, Katie, over in the US, and we will see you soon.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much.